Welcome back. Well, one of the best ways to be more productive at work or at home is to be more organized. But more often than not, paperwork can really slow us down. This is true for me. Joining us now with some helpful tips to be more efficient is best-selling author and keynote speaker Laura Stack, also known as the Productivity Pro. I wish you were my neighbor, Laura.
We could spend so much time together getting organized.
Yeah, I would love that because paperwork, I always say, is the bane of my existence.
So many people have clutter all over the place. It's one of those things that we get so frustrated by, and it's really not that hard to get a handle on. It just takes some focused time. There was a great study done by Fellows Brands. They did a productivity in the workplace study, and it showed that people, only half of them felt that they were actually very productive. So this is something we've got to get a hold on so that we have better work-life balance and we're not spending so much time at work.
I like that. I have a rule about paperwork that I don't always follow, but it's the one-touch rule. You should only touch it once before you either fill out the form or file it or send it off in the mail or whatever it is. But I like your other tips here, Laura, starting with, and this is hard for a lot of us to do, you suggest hit pause on email.
You know, I agree with your one-touch rule, and it applies for email as well. So many times we read an email and then we just leave it there, and we end up rereading the same things over and over. It's the same way with our paperwork. We've got piles of paper all over it. We just keep picking it up and putting it down. So I really think it's important that you purge all of that, whether it's your email, your paper, your voicemail. I love Fellows Automax 200C shredder. You just walk over, put your paper in, push the button, and leave. So anything that can help you drive efficiencies in your email, your technology, just really feeling like you're on top of things and in control, that's going to go a long way this year.
That shredder is a smart thing to have around the house too, because a lot of us should be shredding, especially documents that have a lot of information. What about keeping clutter at bay? What specifically do you suggest here?
Well, a lot of people don't understand that where identity theft comes in, people going through their trash. So even when you walk into the house, doing your mail right over your shredder and putting things right into it, rather than on the counter where things tend to kind of pile up. So I think keeping up with it and then making sure to get started early, especially with things like tax season coming around, get ahead and gather all the information that you need now, so that you don't feel like you're scrambling when April rolls around.
Yeah, I like your thought too about clearing your desk every evening before you leave work so you're ready to go in the morning. I'm not good about doing that, but that's excellent. What about your recommendation as it relates to color?
You know, I love color because it's very visual, so you can quickly see where your information is. So if you think of projects as hot files, maybe you're going to use red for those folders. Maybe your budget is green, so you're going to file money-related items there. So it just helps you access, refile, and retrieve information a little more quickly when you use color.
My parents still have checkbook logs, I'm not kidding, from like when they were first married more than 50 years ago. What do you say about, what do you say about purging paper?
Well, it's one of those things that if you haven't, 7 years is the maximum requirement for the IRS, but most people don't systematically go through their paper and shred anything older than that on a regular basis. So it's really a matter of coming up with a system, even if you have to put a reminder in your calendar, hey, it's now time to shred, gather, organize, and make sure your files are ready for the coming year. So I think it's really about structure.
And designating places for distractions like our cell phones during the day.
Really a big time sink. It is so tempting to want to look at your phone, check Facebook, do some texting. So if you really want to be focused during the day and get out of the office on time, turn off the alerts, that red blinking light, put it in your purse, put it in another room if you have to. But you definitely want to take some breaks. So there's nothing wrong with taking your phone with you, maybe to a break room, and having some personal time where you can rest and recharge. Then you can check all your personal email.
All right, if you ever feel like visiting Milwaukee, let's hook up because you could kind of help me get my life organized.
We can have a one-on-one. That'd be fun.
I would love that. Laura, thank you so much for your time. And I wanted to read the title of your book. It is Doing the Right Things Right, How the Effective Executive Spends Time. I love that, and it's already in stores. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it.